everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Terry and I'm a cash stuffer from Botswana, and on this channel I do cash stuffings, budgeting, planning, and really all things money related, anything that's got to do with money. So today I'll be doing a budget check-in or budget update or budget finalization, if you will. I'm basically looking at my budget. I do my budget at the beginning of each month, and then I actually didn't do I didn't film the budgeting for this month, but then I knew that I would be doing a check-in like this, so I would kind of update you guys about where I am budgeting wise. So I just look a week before payday, my husband's payday. I look at my budget and I see what needs to be changed, added, taken away, and all of that. And when I did this budget, I had actually forgotten that, I don't know if I forgot is the right word, but in December, my husband gets paid like earlier, like maybe a week, 10 days earlier. He usually gets paid on the 25th, but in December, he gets paid on the 15th. So the budget that I did is for the whole month, and that's fine. I started this last year. The budget that I did last year worked for us perfectly, and I want to kind of follow the same strategy that I used. It worked beautifully. So when I did this budget, I had actually kind of sort of forgotten that. So let's get right into it. I can find it. Yes. So here is my budget. So what happens is what I did last year, because I'm going to try to do what I did last year. What I did last year is I planned for the whole month like I usually do. So if you're tuning in for the first time, we're a one income household. My husband works and I stay at home. I do a few hustles from home. So what happens is I plan for the whole month with my husband's money. My sinking fund, the savings challenges, I stuff with my extra income. So this money is money that my husband sort of allocates to me to work with for the month. But this is what I work with most of the time. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. It really depends for our household needs and everything. And this is kind of the budget that I found works for me. Okay, rent does not change. Most of these do not change, but I have a few additions this month. Probably I should maybe add more here because the kids will be home, but anyway, no, let me leave it. So subscriptions are actually $430 I had, and then bank charges are $370. So I've got two new bills. Oh, here's my calculator. I've got two new bills. Okay, I opened the window because I felt like it maybe was a bit dull. So I've got two new bills. I've got, oh, sorry about that. I've got, we've got a new life sort of insurance, but not really. I don't know how to explain it. It's 114. Okay. And we've also got alarm. I've got a house, and right now we're staying. It's in a different place where we used to live, and then we've got a plot there. We built a house, so now we're struggling to find tenants. So thieves are always just, there's nothing inside. It's like an empty house, but we had pots and stuff so that when we're there we can cook, and beds in two of the rooms. So they came, took all the bedding, broke down the door and all of that. So we thought it's going to cost us more to every time go there and change the door or something. So it's best we just get an alarm so that we, it sort of helps. So the alarm is $399, the monitoring of the alarm. So let me get my new balances. 614. So my new total is 8,081 pula. So if I take that away, I use the zero-based budget where this money here, I allocate every single pula here a job. I tell it where to go. And a zero-based budget is basically budgeting for everything, not necessarily taking all this money and using it, or that you end up having no money. It's just that every single money, even the money that stays in the bank, has been allocated a job. Hence a zero-based budget. I budget down to zero. That's what a zero-based budget means. So I'm going to take, this is how I do it. I'm going to take this total here away from the 24,000. Shit. It's gonna. Okay, so my new balance is 15,119. Okay, so now I come to these here. I think maybe I should change this to prescriptions, because I do have in my essentials binder, I do have an envelope for health. Let me just show you so that you kind of know what I'm talking about. So this is my essentials binder. So I do have one here for health. This one here, which is inside here. So that's why I think maybe I should change this to prescriptions, because now it's confusing. It gets a bit confusing. But I'll change that in the next one. So for my prescriptions, me and my husband are on prescription meds. I allocate 200 pula. We usually spend around 70 pula for the both of us, and then the 130 is just over-the-counter medication that we may need throughout the month, or if anybody falls sick, and since we're on medical aid, it's like our 10%. Well, in the past, I've been using more. So anyway, story for another day. So church, this is just church offerings on Sundays. And then petrol, this is just for me. My husband takes care of his own petrol. And then car wash, we get 2 washes a month for both of us. His is 70, mine is 60, 130. The rest of the time we just wash our cars ourselves. Airtime is for except for my husband, it's for me, the boys, my mother-in-law, and my uncle-in-law. And my husband takes care of his own airtime. And then essentials, this one is going to change, but this one stays the same. And hubby's is like for his entertainment, his spending money, and all of that. So that's him. So the kids, when I did this, I had forgotten that my son is they're closing on the 23rd, this Friday. Today's the, what is today? I think today's the 20th. It's Monday. Yes, on Thursday he'll be writing his last exam for the year, and he'll be coming home. So it means I won't be sending him any money. So we will be spending considerably less. So I'm thinking now I'm going to budget 1,000 for this month, because they'll be home, and everything. This is just money for maybe anything that they may need, kids, older kids especially. They're actually more expensive than babies, despite what we used to think, especially when they're at uni and, they have the peer pressure and all the things that they want, and they start wanting expensive brand clothes and all of that. They can get quite expensive. So I think 1,000 will do. In my essentials binder, again, let me just get it out to kind of give context. So home is any needs. When kids are home, my kettle has been acting up, I might need to actually go and buy that kettle. And self-care is not just for me, because this is for toiletries. So toiletries, I've been meaning to actually change this to toiletries, and I just keep forgetting. Toiletries now it's for more people. Has always just been for me and my husband, but now there'll be more. And then clothes is not changing. Health, my eldest is not on medical aid, but my youngest is. So I'm going to be putting, I think I need to put a little bit more in here. Electronics charges are always breaking and all of that, so I want to put a little something in here as well. And that's it. So that's what's kind of to just show you why it's important for me to put a little bit more into essentials. So then essentials will get we'll get 950. So my new totals will be 200. So my new total will be 6,580, and I take that away from this balance here, and my new balance here will be, so I'll be using this amount to budget for the rest. That's kind of how I do this. And then groceries as well is going to change because when I've got a Motelo, okay? So let me just go to Motelo. I've got a Motelo. So the Motelo here, I've been saving money. It's like almost like a cashless saving because I don't actually have this cash with me, but there's a group of ladies, there's an account, so the money goes to that account, that Motelo account. So the money is there. So this is what I have saved. I want to have saved 4,800 by the end of it. So this month I will be putting in the 400. So this money we get around the 15th. So the groceries that I'm going to be buying this month is going to be less. I'm going to only buy food for 2 weeks, and then we get a ton of food, like months worth of food, like the big things that I do buy every month, like the starches, we get like a ton of food. So last year what I did, I had forgotten, just like I have now. And then, when the food came on the 15th and we still had food, I was very sad. So having said that, I'm going to put less into groceries. I'm just going to take away the 600 because, like I said, again, with the kids home, is this clear or do I need to zoom this in? Let me just zoom it in a bit. Yeah, like I said, with kids home, we'll be spending more. Let me just put it that way. So I'm taking away the 600 and I'll just have the 2,000. The meat as well, I'm going to be putting, with boys in the house, I'm going to be putting in a little bit more there. Takeaways as well, I'm going to give takeaways 600 this month because I have been struggling with 200 anyway. That's why I had adjusted this to 400, and I'm putting 200 pula more again, so I did 600 for the month because I don't eat takeaways, but the kids do, and it will be Christmas. They kind of can get away with a lot. And then these two do not change. I'm going to be putting in a bit more in kindness with any of my sinking funds. I want to put more in here. And then miscellaneous. I'm also going to give 300 because this is just unplanned stuff, and then when there's more people in the house, there's always more unplanned stuff. And I'm going to give myself a 300 pula as well because I'll be just home. I won't be going out as often as I am now. So my new totals. So my new total here is 4,800. And then I take that away from the 8,539. And then I'll have 3,739 pula. So many changes. Okay, another thing that I had kind of sort of forgotten is Motelo as well, my loan, because this is a Motelo loan. I'd forgotten that here I had budgeted 1,700, or my balance is 1,700. Because this was my loan plan, so now I want to finish this one. That's why I wrote 1 point, because I've been paying 1,500 this whole time. I had forgotten that my balance is now 1,700, which means I should change this to 1,700. This stays the same though. Okay, so gosh, sorry about that. Okay. So I say 400 plus 1,700, that's 2,100. And then I take that away from 8539. What? No, I don't take it away from that. Oh my gosh. 3739. This is what I'm working with now. Take away 2,100. And then my new balance is 1,639. So this is what I had originally thought that I would say. But the only savings that I am doing, because when I'm not doing my challenges, the savings that I do is just my Motelo. That's kind of what I budget for. And then my savings challenges, I use, like I said, I use my savings, my hustles to track. So my Motelo savings plan, Snowball, is, just to kind of give you a bit of context, is 1,000. This is the savings that I was doing. This one is for food, and this one is toiletries. It's 1,600. But I had put down in my budget, I had budgeted 1,752. This snowball effect challenge, I'm snowballing my savings. I'm not doing that this coming year. No, this one was a hard one. So that's 1,600. So I will have 1,639 left over. So that's basically what I'll be saving, because all the same, this 39 plus is going to stay in the bank anyway. So 1,639 for a zero-based budget. Yeah, sort of, I think you can sort of see what's happening here. I've allocated every single pula a job, and my budget is done. So the strategy that I used last year, I'm going to try to use again this year. I don't know if it will work. I hope it works. So what I did last year is, because I plan like this, all of this money that I've allocated for bills and for all of us, it's money that is I planned every single month. So since my husband's salary comes in on the 15th, what we did last year, we totally ignored that we had received his money until the 25th. And then on the first week, that's when I did all the cash stuffings. I started paying all the bills and everything. We kind of sort of just blocked it out and pretended like it wasn't there and everything. So that's the strategy I'm going to try to use. I'll keep you updated. Oh my goodness, the glare. I'll keep you updated and let you know kind of how that worked out, if I managed to. But last year it worked really well. January was an easy month. We just sailed through it, whereas the years before, our January was like the hardest times. We'd be struggling, we'd start borrowing money and all of that. So even though we've got Maria Motelo, my husband gets a bit of a bonus at work, we'd just smash that money and totally finish it. But this month was this year was one of the easiest months of my entire life, and I'm hoping this time we kind of do the same. As I was saying, I had a phone call. As I was saying, we started last year. What happened is totally ignored any Motelo money. We decided, you know what, because now we've got this new mindset, because I had been budgeting and all that for a few months, and we were kind of happy with it. So my husband was like, let's ignore any Motelo and just take all that money and take it straight to the house. Let's start building this house. We've been contemplating building this house for the past 5 years, and we just couldn't, because we were in debt, and we were smashing any money that came from anywhere. We sold a car, we ate, we just used the money senselessly. So now that we're kind of in a better mindset, let's start the house. So we started the house in December last year, and in a year the house is, we're doing the roof. This cash stuffing system, way of budgeting, has just completely transformed our lives, and I'm so grateful. So as I was saying, this year, at this coming month, any more money is going to the house. We just want to finish that house, move into it, so we don't have to pay rent and all of that. And we're just grateful to be where we are right now, because our lives are just so different, so different. And thank you for sticking with me this long, guys. And please try this cash envelope system, or even just budgeting. Forget the cash envelope, because not everybody wants to use cash, but just try budgeting and sticking to a budget, because everybody can do a budget. I've never not done a budget, but I've just never succeeded at it. So try the cash envelope system, or if cash is not for you, try just budgeting this way, a zero-based budget. Try that, and comment, like, subscribe, let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.